Hey, what's going on, guys? This is KNasty39 here. Welcome back to another episode of Tampa Bay Rays franchise. This episode number 19, I believe. And this episode is the season of 2025. We're going to sim the season, see how we do. The lineup is pretty good. The bottom half of the lineup is, we'll say it's young. But we got, Correa, Diaz, Holden, McKay's there. This is the last year before he's a free agent, so we'll probably let him go. We may need to find a new first baseman. We do have Josh Naylor, who could be a solid first baseman, which may be our option, but that's going to be a future video when we get into the offseason. Ohtani, Castillo, the 1-2 punch, Groom, Pineda, and then the youngster Coleman as our number 5. Cooper, we had him as a starter. We now moved him to the bullpen as a long man. The bullpen looks solid, not great. Now, if real quick, I always like doing this every once in a while. We'll take a look where we if you guys are kind of new to the series, you haven't watched every episode, and you're wondering, how do we build this team from the major league talent? Jim Dunn is one of our hitters, who's one of our big first picks. Unfortunately, he hasn't really panned out yet. He looks like Pedro Alvarez, but he plays outfield. Forrest Miles is a second-round pick. Has been a very solid second baseman for us. Pineda has been a great pitcher for us. 2 out of 3 years have been sub-4 ERAs. 24 years old from the Dominican. He's had 3 years of service time. We did lock him up last year, and we got him in the 6th round of the 2019 draft. Him and Frank Holden was the 2019 draft. We had 2 players out of it. 2020, we got Jay Grumman as a trade from the Red Sox for Blake Snell. Brett Douglas, we got as a reliever. Has turned into a very solid closer. Carlos Baez, we got as another reliever. Good overall, hasn't really put together yet. We'll see. Jason Cooper, who he was a starter, we moved to a reliever. He was a second-round pick. Ohtani was a trade. Correa was a trade. Kern, one of the best prospects in baseball, his first year in the bigs. Trade. Pete Logan is a closer. We got him in the 2nd round. 25 years old, 83 overall. Anyone else we got via any trades? Castellano was a trade. Gamble, trade. Coleman, the starter, we got as a trade. No one else that we drafted, it looks like. AAA, it's a lot of draft picks, and AA as well. But, I was only looking at the starters the big leaguers. So let's get into the season, guys. We have the number 1 ranked team in baseball. We looked at the end of last episode. We have auto-fix the lineup on that. We should be a good team. Hopefully, I'm not sure how tough the AL East will be. I just don't want to. I want to win the division. I don't care if we win 120 games, 92 games, 87 games, enough to win the division. So we just don't have to play that one game playing. We're doing pretty well now. We have the draft coming up. Now, we should have a couple extra picks because of the qualifying offers. We have the second to last pick in the 1st round, the 29th pick, so that kind of stinks. In the competitive balance round A, we have nothing there. Round 2, the 23rd pick. The compensatory round, there we go, 7 and 8 right there. A couple extra picks. Competitive balance pick, we have 3 picks here. We had this draft, was it the last year, the year before, we had so many picks like this, and we bombed it. Well, we get a chance to make up. They're not any top picks, but there's a lot of mid-round picks, and we can take some chances on some guys. If we're not sure. Ooh, this center fielder looks pretty good. Could have 55, 6 for contact, which is average to above average. 65 and 75 power, which is above average to well above average. 80 fielding with 80 speed. He does have 80 speed. He could have 70 stealing. Walt Caruso, that's an option there. Some of you guys are saying take more chances on these guys that we call projects. So that's definitely an option we'll do, especially in this draft. A shortstop, 21 years old. Could have 80 fielding, 70 and 80 power with 55 and 60 contact. That is definitely an option. I think I'm going to take that shortstop. Ooh, a third baseman here. Not great contact, not much power, not much speed. He could be like Wade Boggs. Wade Boggs have better vision and discipline. There are some projects. But let's go with that shortstop. I just think shortstop's so hard to find. Even if he doesn't end up having the 70 and 80 power with the 80 fielding, if he only has 60 to 70 power, that's still very good. So we're going to take him. Brian Quintana, 6'5". Jeez. They don't make shortstops like they used to. I doubt that center fielder that we were looking at will be available. But hey, you never know. Maybe he snuck through. Take a look. Yeah, he got taken, unfortunately. There's a reliever. Maybe. I don't know. A starter, potentially, or another reliever. Another starting who's only 18. I kind of like that pick. He's only 18. Second baseman who's a project, but he's already 22. If I want to take a project, I know if they're well scouted, but like he's 22. In 5 years, he's 27. Like, this just makes no sense. Another starter who's 19. There's a third baseman who's a project, but let's go with a starter. Let's go with, who was the guy? He was 18. Here we go. Adrian Cruz from the Dominican. He's 6'4", big guy. Doesn't throw hard with only 65 velocity, 80 break. Seems to be like a control guy, which is fine. Adrian Cruz will take him. Got a couple picks here. There was another starter who was like 19. Is he still available? I don't think he is. Let's see what's here for the 75 potential. Like, and actually, let's sort by accuracy of how well they're scouted. So these guys who are 65 potential, we're not going to draft them. 70 potential, maybe not in this round, maybe like later. 80 potential, that's that second baseman. Damn it. You know what? I'll take him. Maybe not in this pick. But we have so many picks coming out. We'll probably just take him. You hope he has the 80 potential. I don't know if he'll ever be a big leaguer. That's a trade chip. I'm going to take... let's see here. Maybe I'll take him. I don't know. I'll take this guy. Ray Cora could be ready in like 3 years. He's 22. Could have 70 K per 9, 70 walks per 9. Let's see if anyone else is here. Yeah, there's some relievers, but let's take the starter. And then let's take... You know what? We'll take him. Yeah, I literally don't ever expect him to wear a Tampa Bay Rays uniform. That being said, we have another pick here. Yeah. I'm going to take this reliever for the simple fact if he's a stud as a reliever, we need those. Let's see what else is here. But like the second baseman, like, yeah, he may never play for us, but there's still value in that. Another starter, 75 potential. That's still not bad. Really hope we did better on this draft than we did in others. And I'll take a project on a starter here. That's pretty high on the accuracy bar. So there's all those picks. Hopefully we hit a couple of them. Like, yeah, if we got a couple duds, that's fine. I just want to hit on one or two, you know? Try to find some position players. I feel like that's so hard in this year in franchise. Maybe they patch it to find position players. Here's a project at third. Pretty well scouted. Not really great at anything. So, I don't know. We'll come back. But I'll take him. Yeah, maybe he's not going to be great at anything, but if he has a high potential, there's still value in that, and that's the third round. We only have another 1 or 2 picks. I might just take a shot in the dark with a guy here. It's probably better than just drafting like a 70 overall, who's a project, who's pretty high scouted. Like, I'd rather just try to hit a home run. So, unfortunately, they're all starters. So I'm just going to go with a guy who's young. Andre Cash from New York, 20 years old. Sure, why not? I think that's our last pick. We get 10 picks. I think that was our 10th pick. Nope, it wasn't. And we're probably going to do the same thing. Let's find a young 19 right here, years old, Drew Connor from Illinois. Let's take him in the 5th round. And I don't think we're going to have a pick in the 6th. Yet we reached our maximum picks. So let's see how we did in the draft. That's actually not bad. We didn't hit a single A, but we hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 Bs, and then also 2 78s and a 77 who are high Cs. I don't think we got a superstar, but we really replenished this farm system really strong with this draft. Maybe Cora turns into an A potential. That second baseman, maybe he turns into an A potential. Actually, you know what he has is speed. I didn't realize his speed was that high. But let's take a look at some of these guys. Quintana, that shortstop, 87 potential. I'm intrigued by him. I really wish that power versus left and right were flip-flopped. 73 power versus right seems a lot better than power versus left. But he already has good durability, good fielding. He's 21. He could develop into something. I mean, I don't think he'll ever be a contact hitter, but he could be a shortstop who hits like around 220 with 25 home runs, above average defense, solid speed. That's pretty solid. That's not bad. So we'll sign him. Cruz, that starting pitcher, only 80 potential, a low B. Cora, 89 potential. He's only 57 overall, and he's a 22, so he's kind of a project, but there's high potential there. There's value. Boyce was that second baseman. We already took a look at him, but there he is again. Like, he can't do anything except run. But he does have good durability, which is nice. That reliever, Brian Park, he's 64 overall, 18 years old. So, I mean, 85 potential, that's not bad. Zach Maynard, a starter, wasn't really a great pick there, 77 potential. Cleveland Wilson, I think that was one of the guys. No, it wasn't a shot in the dark, but that was 82 potential. Third baseman here, that was kind of like that project, only 81 potential. But hey, that's not terrible. Andre Cash, that was one of the shots in the dark, 78. Drew Connor on the shot in the dark was 78. So, you know what? That wasn't that got us, like I said, 5, 6, 7 B potentials. That just replenished the farm system. It makes it easier for us to go get someone. Like, we can trade 3 of those guys, trade like 3 ponies for the horse. Speaking of horses, holy cow, look at Ohtani. 9-2, 1.87 ERA. The whip's a little high for that low ERA, so I think the ERA will kind of probably bounce up. But he's doing amazing, a career year. Castillo, see, that's like that whip represents that ERA a little bit better. So I think Castillo's ERA will probably, may even drop a little bit. That's not too bad. Jay Groom is still garbage. Guy can't, he's great. He just can't pitch. Pineda's really struggling. And Coleman is, geez, those 3 guys are really bad. Cooper's pitching outstanding as a long man. He's an 88 overall. And actually, with how bad these 3 guys are pitching right now, Cooper has 59 innings pitched, which is almost as much as Coleman. So, yeah, he's playing every day. Soon is pitching well. Chafin's kind of struggling. Baez is pitching well. Logan's pitching great. We're going to move Chafin here. And there we go. I don't want him pitching as much. So, let's put here. Perfect. There's that. So, we hope one of the starter figure it out. Let's take a look at the lineup. Holden's doing all right. He's cold now, but 288. That's about his career. Good stolen bases, solid home runs. Diaz is hitting well, 281. A little low on the power, but he'll turn it around. His on-base percentage is 344. That's not too bad. Correa, a little low on the average. Power's a little low too, but I think he'll turn that around. Brendan McKay, 273, 15 bombs. I hope he continues to get hot. Gamble, 259 average, 9 home runs. Wyatt Kern, this is good to see from the youngster. 298 average, 6 home runs, somehow 6 stolen bases, so shout out to Wyatt. And his WAR right now is at 1.4. Jim Dunn already has 11 home runs, 238. He's on pace for like a career high and everything, so shout out to Jim. Castaneda at DH, 13 home runs, 246 average, very good for the 20-year-old. Forrest Miles, power is at a career high, however, his average is down. I'm shocked we're doing so well because I feel like no one is really, other than Jim Dunn, and I guess Kern and Castaneda are like rookies, no one's having like a career year in our lineup. And pitching, it's Ohtani, Castillo, and a bunch of crap. But we are 5 games up in the division, so I can't complain. And we'll just hope those guys continue to do well. So let's continue simulating. And, okay, now we're starting to lose games. I think our bullpen is really what's helping us, is that our bullpen has been doing well. So, they may struggle a little bit, but our offense, even though no one's having like an outstanding year, it's still a really talented offense. Pavin Smith got traded, only 80 overall, for Austin Riley. So even though like we may not be performing as well as we did last year offensively, it's still an elite offense, and with a great bullpen, they're just keeping us in those games. So Manny Margot, 90 overall, got traded. CJ Chatham and Jeffrey McGrath for Sean Manaea. So the Red Sox building up that rotation. I wonder if we're going to play him in the playoffs. Gavin Cecchini got traded for Medeiros and Charlie Fry. Mets interested in trade Jude Dunn, a second baseman for us. Yeah, good durability. He's like Cal Ripken out there, except he can't hit or do anything else like Cal could. For a 28-year-old B potential 73 shortstop. Yeah, sure, why not? Why not? If they really want him, go ahead, have him. Okay, now we're starting to struggle a little bit this month. Let's take a look at the standings. We're still 7 up. Speaking of which, I haven't had 7 up in forever. Let's take a look at prospects real quick. We can see, like I said, our top guys graduated. Then the Rockies have some pieces here. The A's have some pieces. All right, Kozar's at 14. That's our next pitching guy. And then we got Caruso, another pitcher who's 22. Ragland, a center fielder. He's doing well in Double-A. And then we got some other closers. Medina is in Double-A. Shane Fay. We could call him up maybe, but our bullpen's pretty good. Almanza, I think, is doing all right. Like I said, just if only he could hit for power, but everything else looks really good on that guy. Another closer there at 45, and I think that's it. That is it. Let's take a look at how the team is performing. Maybe our pitching's doing better. And like I said, I told you Ohtani was going to regress based off that whip. his ERA went up like 8.8, which is not a lot. Castillo, his ERA went up a little bit, but not that much, like I said, because I thought he would do better. Okay, Groom's starting to steady off. Pineda's really struggling. Coleman's doing a little bit better. Cooper's still great out of the bullpen. I mean, Chafin's kind of struggling this year, so maybe we call it Fay. Never mind. He's really struggling. And no one in our minor leagues is... I mean, Brayton is 24 years old. He's pitching well, but I don't know. I mean, I think I'll probably just keep Coleman. The lineup, Holden is hitting over 3... Wow, Frank. 305, 20 home runs. This is like... He's 91 overall now. He's really turning into a player. I mean, that is a really good player. That's a great... And his durability is 99. That's a great Diamond Dynasty card. I'm not going to lie. I really like that card. If that was a card in the game. Diaz, very well. 297, 17 home runs. Correa, we're going to get to the point where it's like, we've had Correa for this is the 5th year with him, that we may have to move on from him. Like, I always, in these franchises, I'd rather get rid of a guy a year too early than a year too late. Now, what is his current contract? He is making $31 million, so I believe he's either year 3 or year 4 of his deal. I think year 4, just 2 years after this when he's a free agent. So we'll figure that out. That's something in the future. McKay's he might have a career year, so that's nice to see. I mean, he is a free agent. Gammel's really struggling. I might move him down the lineup. Kern has a great average. Not much power, but I mean, that's a great catcher. I just wish he had a little bit better durability and fielding, but those are going up, so we're actually going to move him up in the lineup. Dunn has 18 home runs, so he's probably going to get a career high in that. Castaneda is not hitting for much average, but the power is there. He's slugging 427. Forrest Miles is really struggling hitting, but I mean, the fielding is still elite. So even though his average is pretty low, his on-base is low, he still probably has a solid WAR. Yeah, 1.1, not a great for him, but the defense is there. We don't have any funds to really get a starter. We'd have to trade like Groom or Pineda, and I don't know if I want to trade him. I kind of want to give Groom, I don't know. I'll give Groom a little bit more time. There's no moves, I guess, to make, really, so we're just going to finish that. Unless we have a massive collapse, and with those two studs at the start of the rotation, I don't see that happening, so we should be a lock for the playoffs, again, which is a good thing. AAA team did not make the playoffs, AA did. I mean, we're going to win. Right now we're 85 and 58. We're probably going to win around 97 games, if I had to guess. 96. Damn it, so close. So we did win the division. We won it by 6 games. We actually had the best record in baseball. So, there we go. Something new. Best record in baseball. We have not done that. Frank Holden, wow, he was so hot and he finished kind of weak. Did steal 37 bases, which was pretty good with 76 speed and 55 stealing. I think it's just because he gets on so much. So 28 home runs, 37 stolen bases, not too bad. Diaz, we may have to sign him back next year. The dude at third base, I mean, he hit 27 home runs, 307 average, 362 on base, a wins above replacement of 5.1. Correa, yeah, the power wasn't there. He actually, last year was outstanding. This year, not bad at all. McKay, 277, only 26 home runs. I thought he was going to hit more than that. He had a pretty much an average year for him. Slugging was a little higher, and on base was actually higher, so I'll take that back. Those were definitely improved. Wyatt Kern at catcher, that might be Rookie of the Year. At catcher, 282, 13 home runs, on base at 375. His wins above replacement was 4.6. That's probably Rookie of the Year. It should be. Ben Gamel definitely did struggle. Last year he did hit over 20 home runs. This year he did not. This is his last year, I think, on the team. Jim Dunn, yeah, like a lot of these guys struggled in September for power. Only 21 home runs, 224 average, which almost was a career high. Castaneda, maybe he gets Rookie of the Year. Now, the average is only at 240, but he did hit 26 home runs. Did almost walk 10% of the time. His wins above replacement won't be as high because he was a DH of only 1, but that's fine. He has great durability, but he just has terrible fielding. Forrest Miles, 8 home runs, 227 average. The slugging was basically what he's normally at. Just the average was down. On base wasn't terribly low, but there's that. The rotation, Ohtani, 240 strikeouts in 211 innings. That's outstanding. 2.64 ERA. Castillo, another stud. I'm so glad we have these two guys just that's our team. It's like those two guys carry us. Jay Groom really struggled, and he's only an 83 now. His contract's still really friendly at 5.6. But, yeah, he's got to figure it out. Pineda struggled. Coleman actually was our third best. I think in the playoffs, I'm going to go with Pineda, though. He pitched really well in the playoffs last year, so I'm okay with that. Cooper, 134 innings for a long man. 3.22 ERA, not too bad. His wins above replacement, I bet you, was actually like 2.3, 1.2. I was close-ish. Sohn pitched all right. Baez, that's the year Baez I was expecting. Last year his ERA was north of 6. I just knew that wasn't going to last. His ERA this year was 2.42, pitched 70 innings. Logan pitched okay at 3.93. Chafin kind of struggled, but Douglas was good as our closer. So let's take a look at awards, and then we'll end the video, boys. Got the playoffs. We are the best team in baseball, so we're going to play the wild card team. Nomar Mazara got... Holy crap! Nomar, you wicked good. That's really good. 343 average, 40 bombs. Very good. Shohei Ohtani got the Cy Young. That's 3 straight years we've gotten a Cy Young. MVP, and actually, Michael Chavis, former Red Sox prospect, he's a current Red Sox prospect, just got busted for PEDs. I wonder how he hit 44 home runs this year. And National League, Urias, another Dodger. It's like every year a Dodger gets, in like every sim I ever do, the Dodgers always get the Cy Youngs. Batting title went to Naquin and Fernando Tatis Jr. Claudio got, wow, what a year by Claudio. 0.94 ERA, 48 saves. No one got in the National League. That makes no sense. Rookie of the Year went to Castaneda. I disagree with that. I think it should have been a Wyatt Kern. That being said, very good card. Jasrado Chisholm, 27-year-old rookie. A little old. Hank Aaron went to Nomar. Any of these did we get? Forrest Miles got second straight Gold Glove. Anyone else? Hey, there's Kiermaier. How's he doing? Actually, he put some solid years together with Houston. That's good to see. He couldn't with us. Like, he never did anything power-wise. And then he goes to Houston and he just starts hitting for home runs. Good for him. You always want to see your old players do well. Eloy, how's he doing? We did trade him. He actually put in a couple solid years together. He's definitely better than Jim Dunn. Maybe not overall-wise. I think they're pretty close, but those years are definitely better than Jim Dunn. But that did open the door for us to get another big player. I can't remember the exact guy off the top of my head. And Correa got Silver Slugger at shortstop. And Frank Holden got it for outfield. So, yeah, I think that's going to be it for the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. Playoffs are the next one. We're going to go try to repeat and go back to back. You'll see that in the next episode, boys. I'll talk to you later. Take it easy. Peace.